feeling cleaner than I ever would be. It's cooler than Antarctica's weather would be. Damn, I think my swagger is a weapon to me. And dudes don't count you off the record to me. So don't be stepping to me, trying to shake my hand. I'm already the man, ain't trying to make your band. I feel the fact that I'm real just make them mad. I be smoking helium to inflate my swerve. I'm fact that I'm real just make them mad. I be smoking helium to inflate my swerve. I'm fly, yes, I'm high, yes. Every lady wanna get to this guy, yes. Go out tonight, I just might, yes. Style cleaner than yours, so don't buy, yes. I'm so debonair, so debonair. 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 You're not really seeing me, dog. Real talk. You feeling whacker than you ever would be. In mind, you think you would.
Hey everybody, and welcome back to my channel. As you guys know, I have two very special guests that are coming on here. If you guys have not already been watching Love Match Atlanta, you need to start watching it today. It's been a really interesting show. Dating in Atlanta is very interesting, so I love this show. You guys have probably seen some of my clips from me being there. But this guy that's coming up here, y'all, is very special to me. When I did radio, this guy has been on my show multiple times doing relationship advice. He's helped me with my dating life multiple times. And he's given me really good advice. And so I love the fact that we have grown tremendously, both of us, with different things. And so I'm going to bring him up here, but let's take care of the business of the channel real quick one more time. If you want to join my tribe, please stay by my side. Go ahead and subscribe. Turn on notification buttons. Make sure that I'm on all so you get notified every time I go live. Like the video, share the video, comment in the comment section to keep me in the algorithm. Let's play the intro, and then I'm going to bring my guest up here, guys. Let's go.
I'm fly, yes, I'm high, yes. Every lady wanna get to this guy, yes. Go out tonight, I just might, yes. Style cleaner than yours, so don't buy, yes. I'm so debonair, so debonair. I'm so debonair, so debonair. I'm so debonair, so debonair. I'm so debonair, so debonair.
Hey,
I was jamming to the music.
That's my theme song. I've had this for like 14 years now.
I love it.
What's going on, man?
Listen, it is a Tuesday night. I can't think of a better place to be except with you.
Okay. You are doing huge, big things. I've talked about you on my podcast multiple times, but I want to kind of go back a little bit because you used to come on my radio show and do relationship advice. You fixed my dating life a lot of times.
Well, you know what? I brought you a rose. You know,
Okay.
I give you your roses now for, the success that you have been doing and, making love work for you. So this is a rose for you, okay?
Yes.
You're not here to take it, though.
I can't take it, but the funny thing is that you have actually interacted with a lot of guys I've dated.
What do you mean? Wait.
When you do your shows, there's one guy that I will text you about him later on, but there's
Are
one.
you talking about my Wednesday night show, Shot Wednesday?
Yes.
Okay, yeah. It's comedy hour, but it's definitely a time for guys to find love.
There's a guy you have there all the time. We kind of on and off date all the time. You know who he is.
Oh Lord!
You don't know that I know him.
Listen, you are not going to get me in trouble.
Oh, he already knows. I told him, like, I'm talking about you today. I ain't gonna say your name, but I'm talking about you today. So he already knows. But so first of all, introduce yourself to my people that are here. How did you get started in matchmaking and everything? Tell us about that.
Sure. So my name is Lamont White. 2 years ago, I got married. Yes. So I had to change my name. It was Lamont Scales. So now it's just Lamont White. I took my husband's name, but most people call me the gay dating coach because a lot of the work that I do is really helping gay men learn who they are, how to date, how to flirt, how to argue, how to navigate dating another guy. So, yep, that's how people know who I am. And I'm also a matchmaker. So guys all over the United States, yes, not just in Atlanta, Aaron, right?
Okay.
Like guys work, they say, hey, Lamont, this is the type of guy I
Wait,
want
so
to
you, so
relationship
you,
with.
so you're matchmaking outside of Atlanta now?
So 2 years ago, I branched out doing matchmaking in every major city in the United States.
Okay.
Yeah.
Because before you were just doing Atlanta.
Yeah, so COVID pushed me to say, hey, Lamont, you can do this thing virtually. So I literally use my network across the United States of matching and finding quality guys. Yeah.
That's dope, Lamont. I didn't even know that.
No? Where you been? Where you been?
Listen, I stay away from the dating scenes at this point because there's people that I like and I just don't want to find nobody else.
Okay.
I kind of said it to you a little bit earlier, but I don't like I feel like I have a box of guys that I'm interested in and we're figuring it out. So whichever one comes first, I'm good.
Okay.
But that's it. So but that's dope that you're doing international now, just not Atlanta.
Yeah, so I do matchmaking just for guys in any major U.S. city. I do dating coaching also. Some guys are like, no, Lamont, I don't want you to match me. I want you to teach me how to date, work on themselves.
Okay.
And then I show them how to find guys. And most of my dating coaching clients, believe it or not, live outside of the United States. And they're usually like white gay men who live like in the UK who want to learn how to flirt and find a quality guy.
Okay, they said you look like Carlos King.
No, I'm not. I get Todd, I get Carlos King, listen, I'm a triplet. I got 2 other people that look just like me. I look like them, okay?
So there's like 4 Carlos Kings out here.
Yes.
It's funny, my aunt is actually, it's my mom's identical twins, so I get it.
Oh, really? Okay.
Yes. So how did you get on this show, Lamont? Like, I have so many questions for you because we haven't talked in a very long time, doing stuff together. How'd you get on the show? Like, what was that process?
Yeah, so I am on an amazing show with some really hilarious, cool, intelligent matchmakers. So the show is on Bravo TV network, which is huge. Like, who could ask for anything better to be on Bravo TV network, right? That's definitely a dream. The show is called Love Match Atlanta. It's about matchmakers in Atlanta, how we actually run our businesses, how we interact with each other. Mm-hmm. It's a little messy. It's a little shady, a lot of competition. You have to watch it every Sunday at 9:00. We're actually right after Real Housewives of Atlanta. Yeah. Amazing time slot, right? Amazing time slot. So you'll see the show. It's really great. They reached out to me and were like, hey, Lamont, we love your personality. We want you to be on the show. We want to see how you do what you do.
So on the show, you had I forgot what the lady's name is. Please forgive me.
Shay.
Like all our friends.
Shay is my bestie. She's my Judy. She's my left arm. Shay is a matchmaker and she's really great.
And I love her story on the show with her trying to go back and date again and thinking about not, how it looks with her being a dating coach and then not being in a relationship. So I love her story.
Yeah.
But how did you guys meet? Like how did that come about?
So I actually live in Atlanta, right? Okay. So the Atlanta matchmaking scene is this big, and Shay she lives in Atlanta. I just want to emphasize that. So we have worked together. We're friends for years. We bumped into each other. We network. Sometimes we will consult with each other. Like I'll send clients her way because I always get straight women who are like, "Hey, Lamont, can you find me somebody?" I'm like, not my ministry, not my lane. You need to go to Shay, and vice versa. Gay men may go to her, and she's like, "Go see the little short guy. Lamont.
So that's dope because I mean I did see the episode where, and we'll have Kevin up here later on, but I want to know more about that. And I'll give you a really funny story.
Okay.
When I met Kevin, I met him on Tinder.
Really? Okay.
Yeah.
Did y'all go on a date?
We did not go on a date, but we talked. But we just became kind of friends. I don't know. I don't know if we became friends. It's like we try to figure out if we can do things sometimes, and then I went down to like, let's just talk on the time, because I didn't know where it was going to go. So I didn't know. I get afraid, so I was just like, wherever it goes, it goes. But me and Kevin are really cool though.
Okay.
But how did that interaction with you hooking him up with him being bisexual? He did, when I met him, he did something. He was bisexual, by the way. So I don't want people who have watched that show to think that Kevin wasn't bisexual. That was one of the first things he told me.
Right. So Kevin is one of my matchmaking clients. So all different types of guys reach out to me and they're like, "Hey, Lamont, I want to find love." And one of the things is what I love about clients like Kevin, they're very open and he's very transparent about like what he wants, what he needs. And he did mention to me, he's like, "Hey, Lamont, I definitely want to be with a guy, but I'm open to being with women as well." And he has a history of being with women. He has a daughter. So like he did produce a child. Like he was with a woman at one point. He laid down with her. Made it happen. Okay. He made it happen. All right. So he approached me and he's like, "Hey, I'm looking for a woman." I said, "Well, you know what? I rarely, so not all the time, do I match bisexual folks with women. Like I always match a bisexual man with another man." But Shay was like, she had a client who was interested in dating a guy who might be bi. So I said, let's see if this shit'll work, right? Let's see where it lands, right? So they went on a date. It looked like they had an amazing time. They had good conversation. But if you watch the show, it just really didn't pan out as we expected, which happens sometimes, and that's the dating process.
I went onto Kevin's Instagram today. I seen that he has a pole like in his house. I was like, I never got invited to no pole dancing. Nothing.
Yes.
Whatever.
Kevin likes pole dancing. Actually, his first date with Ashley, who was the woman we matched him with, was at a pole dancing class, and he really did pole dancing better than her.
He did an amazing job. Yeah, I was surprised. I didn't know. So we get to see you on this show, not a lot. I know that you were there when y'all got kicked out of the party.
Episode 1. Yes.
Yeah. Tell me about that. Like, how did you feel? And I saw that there was like a thing where like you and the guy who kicked you at the party, y'all had a conversation, but they didn't really show it.
So Joseph, who is a matchmaker, he's an interesting character. And that is him in real life. That personality, what you see on camera, he is not acting. He is like, if I were to think of like a famous person, I would think he's like Little Richard, right?
Okay.
Over the top, arrogant, thinks he knows everything. So here's the thing, like there is a science behind matchmaking.
Okay.
You can't just wake up one day and say, I want to be a matchmaker, I have a background in sales or finance or whatever, and I want to match people. No, you have to be trained how to do this. And you can't match people based on your gut or like, so one of the things about him, he is an amazing app developer. He has an app called Real Black Love.
I have questions about this.
I don't work there. I'm just saying he's an app developer.
Well, my question is this: is he is technically matchmaking though?
No. So people don't understand the science behind matchmaking. Because you.
So let me. So I'm gonna tell you why. Then you explain to me why this is not real, right? So he has an app where people meet up and they match and they mate. I mean, it's a matchmaking thing. But I see that there's a big thing on the show where like the certification is a big thing, but he is matchmaking though. So what is the difference between what he's doing versus what you guys are doing?
Because his clients are actually picking who they want.
Okay.
Based on superficial things.
Okay.
As a matchmaker, you may come to me and say, I want this, I want that. I get to know who you are. I get to know your soul. We're kind of like best friends through this process. And I might be like, you know what? That is not a good fit for you. What you think you want is not compatible for you.
Okay.
Right? So that's part of it. Like, I pick good for you. Also, some people really think they're ready to date, and they are not ready to date. They're not marketable. They have they don't know how to flirt. They don't have any hobbies. They don't have any interests. They haven't gone to therapy. So as a matchmaker, we do coaching to make sure that you are ready to date. You don't do that with an app. An app you pick. So a trained matchmaker will be able to say, you know what? You might need to cut all that blonde hair out. I need you to take those red glasses off. I need you to take those earrings out. I'm pulling you down. Right. So, right. So, and you might be like, I don't want to hear that. Right. But this is the type of feedback that we give the clients so that they can be marketable, so they can find the love of their life.
Okay.
You can't do that with an app.
I understand that. I think that with the duo, I don't remember nobody's name, but I know there was the two girls that do the
Hannah and Kelly. They're the duo matchmakers. Yes.
Yeah. What they were trying to do with him, I thought that was amazing. And then when they stole it, I was like, when he stole it, I was like, well, I don't know how I feel because I'm like on his side and their side. I mean,
tell me more. What do you mean? Why are you on both sides?
I mean, he has the app, right? And the job, I mean, I don't think that people who make apps think that they're not matchmaking. I feel like they think that they're matchmaking.
It's because they don't understand. A lot of people don't understand what matchmakers do. They have like this thing in their head, like Patty Stanger, the $1 Million Matchmaker, or like Will Smith with Hitch. Like, we are therapists. We are your best friends. We do a lot of work in the background with recruiting quality dates. So like for my process, if I'm going to match you with somebody, I have sat down with that person face to face. I've got to know their soul. I've got to see some of their challenges. I work with them, which a lot of matchmakers don't do. I do coaching sessions with the guy that I'm going to send you on a date with before you even meet him.
Okay.
That's work. That's time. That's effort. And it's not just like putting two people in a space.
So before we get back into this show, let me ask you this. What would make me need a matchmaker? Like, I hear the stuff that you just said, but like, and I think that on the show, it's like high-end people. Like, it's costing them a lot of money. So what would make me come to a matchmaker to like get matched?
Well, I will say this. I don't charge $100,000. I don't charge $50,000. I don't even charge $25,000. Okay. My prices are definitely more affordable than probably any matchmaker out there. And the reason that is because when I turn 60, Aaron, I want to make sure that I have built gay communities. When you look at our community, gay marriage has not even been around for 10 years yet. Right. So I want to teach gay men how to form healthy relationships, to unlearn some of that shit that we've been taught.
Now, let me ask you this, because this is big in our community.
Yeah.
What about the poly and the polygamy people? Are you matching those people too?
So anyone that comes to me, I say, I want you to be transparent about who you are, what you want in a relationship, the type of sex that you want. We even talk about sexual positions as well. Okay. Yes, with gay men, you have to do that. If people want to be in open relationships or agreements, we talk about that, and I work with guys like that.
I have a question for you, because I think I asked you this on my radio show. I want to know if this has changed for you now. So when you are, you're meeting your clients, is the sexual position a part of that interview?
Absolutely. Listen, gay men want to know how does it work when we lay down? Absolutely.
Because I think that when you came, I was like, well, no, I asked a friend, like, what is it? and we were having a disagreement about whether you should ask it up front because it sounds like I'm trying to have sex with you. I'm like, no, I want to know if I'm compatible with you.
So first dates, I feel like that's not a question. As a matchmaker, I will screen and verify that for you. First date, you don't. It's kind of creepy to be like, oh no, I like you, blah blah blah. Where you from? Oh, you a top, you a bottom. Wait a minute.
Why is that creepy, Lamont?
Because first dates First dates are about having fun and flirting and seeing if you want to go on a second date. It's not about trying to see what political party you're in, how big your dick is. No, it's none of that. No.
This is why I'm not in a relationship, because honestly, I feel like I want to know up front, like, are you a top or you a bottom? Because can I even get to the dating part?
So here's the thing. Where did you meet him from? If you met him off an app, it should be listed.
I met him at the club, at the grocery store, on the apps. I met him everywhere. But I want to know up front, like, what are you? Because there's certain things that I want.
Second date, verbally, not a text message, not an email, not a tweet, not on Instagram. That's a verbal, in-person conversation.
Why not the first date?
It doesn't matter the first date. You just want to see if you enjoy the person's company. And you also...
What if I like them, and then the second date, I'm like, what's your position or whatever, and we're not compatible?
Then you move on.
I would rather move on the first date, not the second one.
So I'm going to tell you, you date this way,
okay,
you will stand out different than other guys.
Okay.
You don't want to be dating like the same old guy. Okay, I got these 5 questions I got to answer that these guys always ask me. No, be different. Set yourself apart from the rest of the guys in your city that guys are used to dating.
Okay.
It'll work.
All right, so let's jump back into the show. So we haven't really seen you a lot.
Mm-hmm. Do you want to see more of me on the show?
I want to see way more of you. Like, I don't want to see that you just hooked up one person because the lady was bisexual. Like, I feel like I want to see all spectrums of all the dating lives. We see a lot of different things with the people that are already there, but I would love to see you matchmaking as well.
So Atlanta is, I feel like, it is Black gay Mecca, right? Like, Absolutely. If any place in the United States was going to show like how two gay men find love and how they're compatible,
I thought that was like common sense.
It's Atlanta. It is the ATL. It is not Jackson, Mississippi. Right. It's not Cleveland, Ohio. It's right. Atlanta. People move here for jobs and to find love, right? And gay men do that as well. So I feel like if your viewers want to see more of me doing matchmaking, then you all need to have your voices heard. You all reach out to Bravo. Use hashtag #LoveMatchAtlanta. You tell them you want to see more.
Are we doing this on Instagram, Twitter, Facebook? Like, what are we doing today?
Any social media. You tell them, I want to see that little short guy match some people.
Because I would do it every day. I don't mind it. I'll put you in my stories on my Instagram page, everything. But I think that we should see a lot more of that because, I mean, they had a lady who was interested in dating a bisexual man. So if you weren't there, would they be even do that?
Well, I would say we as, if people follow me, you will know I'm the same Lamont all the time. You get messy Lamont, you get transparent, this is what you get. And you will see that I'm a successful Black gay man, married to a Black gay man, raising children. And I think we have not seen that anywhere on any network. And it would be groundbreaking to see how there are different types of Black gay men in Atlanta who are successful, who are caring, who are in healthy relationships, that have struggles, and how we overcome that. So I think that's a great opportunity that should be showcased.
We have a lot of guys that are single here, are very successful, that are this single. So I can agree with you on that. I hope that next season, I want to see you in the what is it called? The
main cast with the you yes.
I want to see you there because I mean
I want to see me there too.
I was like, I'm watching because Lamont's here and I didn't see you. I was like, well, wait a minute now. But I still watched it because I'm like, I know you're going to be there at some point. but you need to be at it. Like I feel
Well,
like
I will say, make sure you. I will say I haven't seen every episode, so you got to tune in on Sundays, and let's see what happens. Okay, I was not in the editing room.
Okay.
I don't work behind the scenes, but you may. Let's see what they show.
But right now, we've seen you when you got kicked out of the party. They showed that you had talked to the guy who kicked you out of the party, but they didn't show the whole interaction. And then there was what was the other scene?
I was in the gym.
Oh, you told
Shay.
Yeah, and you were telling her that you had talked to him.
Yeah.
So, but I need to see more of Lamont.
You will definitely see. So I will tell you, I got paid just like everybody else. I got my check. So you will see more. I think what they're trying to do is kind of slowly introduce me as a character on this season.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, I think that's dope, Lamont. Actually, we've known each other for a very long time. And I am so proud of you for everything that you are accomplishing. And I think it's dope like that Bravo picked you up on the show that you're on. Lamont do you still do like the speed dating thing?
So I have not done a speed dating event in over 2 years because
of COVID.
Well, one, because of COVID, but also so I do my virtual event every Wednesday night on Instagram. So it's called Shoot Your Shot Wednesday. I also do some of those live in person. I'm trying to do more of those for Pride. So I've kind of moved away from speed dating events, but more so telling guys, if you want me to match you, sign up for my service, right?
But I mean, during those events, like you were collecting emails and stuff like that, though, right?
I have tons of contacts. That's why my database is the largest for gay men all over the United States.
Really?
Yes.
That's amazing.
Yeah.
That's amazing.
You need a large database if you want to be able to match your clients, right?
Are there other like gay matchmaking services?
There are a handful, and I'm the only one who's legit, who's actually really, well, no, I say there's one other person who's legit, who's a gay man doing the same thing. Others, they're straight folks who are doing this work, but not really connected to our community.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. There was something I was about to ask you.
Thank you, Mel. I'm reading the comments.
What happened? I don't know what the comments said. Oh, Lamont, you are so handsome and shoot your shot, and we love you. Literally, I hate watching the Wednesday thing because there's a guy on there that I'm like, why you over here?
Talking about? Oh my goodness!
I'm gonna inbox you so we can, so you know what I'm talking about. I told him today that I'm gonna marry you, but he was like, all right, yeah, no, I and he knows that.
Now, are you in a relationship?
No.
Okay.
This is the person I'm going to date him. Well, we've already dated, but we'll talk about this after the show.
Okay. We'll spill some tea later. Okay.
Yes. I just inboxed you his name.
Oh, let me see. This is hilarious. We're doing this live. He DM'd me. Let's see.
When I first met him, when I first met him, I actually moved him into my house.
You what?
I moved him into my house.
Oh Lord. Okay. I think he's a great guy, but I don't know if the two of you are a good fit. I don't know.
We have like amazing chemistry, but because of the way he left, has been a challenge. We'll talk about that after this.
Listen, y'all gotta chime in for the after show. This is some
I wanted to send you a script before you got on here so I could tell you what was going on. But even with Kevin, like, I mean, me and Kevin tried to date.
Sounds like you have how long have you been in Atlanta?
I feel like I have a type at this point.
How long have you been in Atlanta?
7 years.
Okay.
But
I know one of your other exes.
But
so I don't know if you do have a type or not.
No, but when I moved here, I was married.
That's who I'm thinking of.
Yeah. So I was married for like 10 years. So then going back into dating has been very difficult because there were no apps.
So you are learning to get back into the dating game.
Oh yeah. Actually, the one I text you about, I met him on the app and we were supposed to do, but we ended up not doing that and we made a connection.
Okay. I'm just over here.
Thank you, Lamont, for the super chat. He said, does Lamont have a YouTube channel? And what is his website, Instagram, Twitter info?
Sure, it's The Gay Dating Coach. I do have a YouTube channel, The Gay Dating Coach, or Better Way to Meet. If you go to my website, it's betterwaytomeet.com.
And Andre, just go to my Instagram and his links are over there. Yes. And they're going to be in the description of this too. So
yeah, but definitely check me out Instagram, The Gay Dating Coach.
I didn't want to do this because I'm like, every time Lamont comes, he's fixing my dating life.
You get free dating coaching.
But it's like everybody that you have interacted with, I'm like, they're with Lamont.
Well, I'm telling you, people like Lamont, like, do you know everybody? Listen, I know everybody. And I am one of those weird people. If you send me a message on Instagram or whatever, I'm going to respond. So like, I actually talk to people. And when I see them, I say hello. So I know a lot of people.
Well, yeah. I do too. That's the thing.
I know you do.
Yo, when I went to the for y'all's release it was the premiere party.
The premiere party, yeah, for the show. Yeah.
Oh my God, it was so amazing. The food was great. The atmosphere was great. I loved meeting everyone. You guys did an amazing job.
Thank you. We actually pulled that off. It was just the cast members. Like we pulled together. And that's the thing about, I love working on this show. We all have a love-hate relationship with each other, right? Mm-hmm. We might argue with each other, but then we come together and are able to like pull off a premiere party together that was like really successful.
Yeah. People's like, we need details. It's funny because I was like, I want to go on early because I wanted to talk to you about the two people that I know that you know. I was like, I'm gonna just ride with this right now. So you're married though. How did this happen? Like, tell us about that a little bit.
Right. So I got married 2 years ago. I've been with my husband now for about 8 years. When I was, I'm telling my age now. I moved to Atlanta in 2006. I actually met him then. We were kind of like associates. We didn't hang out, I knew him, but I really didn't know him. Like he was actually friends with my my second roommate. This is like when I was like 25, 26, right? Okay. And so I knew him, but like I really didn't notice him or anything like that. It wasn't until like 8 years ago when I bumped into him out at a club and I kind of looked at him a little differently, like, oh, he's cute.
So like, you can meet me at the club.
Yes, you can. You can. It's all about like say what's up, say hello, flirt, ask for his number, and actually call him. Like you gotta call him, not a text.
But yes. and when you call, like, can you communicate more than just that day? And not about sex.
Well, I will tell you, I'm gonna be transparent because I don't like to lie. He was my Thursday night hookup.
But everything is not every time it's about sex, everything I talked.
We talked, but he was really just a hookup. And then we started to date more. So I'm not even gonna put that lie out there, like, oh yeah, we did a romantic date or about no. We used to watch Scandal and yeah.
Well, I told you that's how me and the other guy met. But we didn't have sex though.
We did.
Maybe I should have did it that day. I don't know. I moved them into my house though.
Maybe that was the problem. No, go ahead.
The thing is, I love him though. Like that's real talk. I do. Okay. So, what got you into matchmaking? Like,
right. So I have a weird background in public health, but my undergrad is in psychology. My master's is in counseling, professional counseling. So I've been a therapist for gay men and couples since 2004. And I just noticed that I was fixing relationships instead of actually building and forming relationships. So I got together with one of my friends. He tried all these straight matchmakers, didn't work out for him. So we got together. We're like, why don't we start a matchmaking company where we teach guys how to go on dates, and we will just coordinate all the dates. So I got back into it years ago, and I actually love the work that I'm doing. Yeah.
Oh my God, I just forgot my question I have for you. And it was something I really wanted to ask you. What was I about to ask you?
About matchmaking.
Oh, this what it was going to be. So if you could matchmake me, you've seen me multiple times. I feel like you kind of know what I like a little bit. What kind of guys would you say that I like?
I have no idea, because the people that like you have described, like the three that I know of that we have already talked about, they're all totally different.
Is that a problem though?
No, but it means that I need to do some more investigating. So I need to I gotta get into the weeds more about your preferences, what has worked.
I would tell you this. I do like the masculine feminine mixture. And I think from the guys that you know, like all three of them have that. Some more masculine, some more feminine.
Yeah.
But I do like that. Like I feel like I need the more. I feel like the older I get, the more I want of the mixture. Like my first was a lot of masculine with some feminine qualities. With Kevin, because I tell you I was gonna talk about it. With Kevin, he had really good balance with both. And with the other one, I think he has a good balance with the two. So I think
when's the last time you actually been on a date?
I went on a date. I don't even know. I don't even know.
Like out in public with a guy.
Probably like before COVID started.
Right. So if I was your matchmaker,
but even that guy, he had that mixture of the feminine and masculine stuff.
Right. So if I was your matchmaker, we would do some dating coaching sessions before I match you with somebody. I would tell you to plan your own dates, because I need you to go out and experience. Like when I say plan your own date, go out in public on a date with a guy so you can see how that is. Because if you can't remember the last time you went on a real date with a guy, you're rusty at it. So now you need to figure out how to actually get back out on a date. Yes.
There is a person that I met like very recently. He still has probably the masculine and feminine quality mixture thing. But it's hard to even get to the date because he works so much. So
move on to somebody else. If he doesn't have time to see you in person, no.
I mean, we talk on the phone all the time. And like we're very communicative, but because I know what he does. Yeah.
Move on.
Okay.
You're not dating unless you see a guy at least once a week in person.
Okay. I can agree with that.
You're not dating again if you don't see him in person. He lives in the same city as you at least once a week. You're not dating.
Okay. What will be your top 5 dating advice for people who are trying to date?
Okay. I would say definitely, I don't know if I got 5, but I would say definitely be open-minded. A lot of guys sometimes have this narrow focus of who their king is, who their husband is going to be. You would be surprised if you date different types of guys, whether it's age, race, size, masculine, feminine, that you might appreciate something different that you're like so narrowly focused on. So be open. I think you also should be your authentic best self on a date. I don't think guys know how to date anymore. Sometimes no. You got these questions you want to ask guys, like how much you make, what's your credit score, Are you a top? Are you a bottom?
And
Right.
That was my question. Like you said, I shouldn't ask at the first date.
Guys don't know how to date, right? So I think also when you go on a date, don't make it a dinner date or tea date or drinks. Do an interactive date. Go bowling, rock climbing, something interactive that is going to make you, one, be comfortable, let your hair down.
Mm-hmm.
It's going to give you excuses to be able to see, like to give the guy a compliment, to be able to kind of see his energy, to build chemistry. I think also another thing is guys go on dates and they're like, oh, there was no chemistry. Well, what work did you put in to make sure there was chemistry?
Right.
Did you flirt with him? Did you touch him? Did you say you were enjoying yourself? Were you engaging, or did you sit back like, of course there's not going to be any chemistry. I think also finally, number 5 is call the guy after the date. Don't send a text message. Don't send a tweet, an email. Don't like his picture on Instagram. Like really pick the phone up and call the guy.
Well, what if they're scared to?
Say that again?
What if they're scared to call the person?
Great. It means you're not a narcissist. Right? It means you're invested in that. Embrace that. It means that you are putting yourself out there, and that is beautiful. If you're nervous, if you're afraid to call him, that means you're into him. But you got to do it. Call your friend, call your therapist, call a dating coach. We'll help you get over it.
I think that the biggest fear I can say that I do have is like looking thirsty. It's like if I'm contacting you too much, it looks like, oh, why are you so thirsty? Or I mean, people have said that, but I'm like, when I'm into somebody, like I want all your time.
Well, hey, I would say this.
I know you have to work and stuff like that, but I'm just saying, like, I do, especially at the beginning, like I want all your time.
Do you want to drink the water?
Do
you want to drink the water?
What water?
You said you feel like you're thirsty. If you want the guy,
I said they say that.
So I think it's fine for you to court a guy, for you to be like, hey, I want to hang out with you, to be engaged. You cannot get all of his time though. He has a job, he has other responsibilities, he has a life. So you can't get everything in the first.
But he's not doing that 24 hours, 7 days a week though. Like I need your time. Period.
How much time are we talking about?
Give me a minute. Like text me, say hello, call me, like come see me at one point of the week or the day. Like give me 2. It doesn't matter.
How far into the relationship is this?
Huh?
How far into the relationship is this?
I mean, first of all, it's first meeting, I feel like we do have to have a face-to-face interaction.
Yes.
And then after that, like it doesn't need to be like 3 weeks before I see you again.
No, I agree. Again, you got to see each other once a week. I think you should be talking.
If you don't like me, just say that.
You should be talking on the phone at least every other day. I hear people might disagree with the next thing I'm gonna say, but whatever. I don't care. I'm a dating coach. Text messaging is not a form of communication when you're dating.
I agree with you on that.
So this good morning, grand rising, my beautiful black king, good night, bae. No.
I like those text messages though too, by the way.
Huh?
I like those messages though.
Everybody else is doing
I love a good morning text message and a good night.
Don't good morning me, don't good night me. Pick the phone up and call.
Right. I mean, I want that too, but I'm just saying, I do like those text messages. And we do have our other guest here.
Hey, what's up?
Kevin, how you doing?
Hey. What's up, Lamont? I'm well. How are you?
I am great. Good to see you.
Good to be seen. Good to see you as well. What's up, SoDebNair?
What's going on? When I first met him, we were talking about doing stuff together on YouTube.
We did. And look at you now, just taking off. Yes. I'm proud of you, though.
I told him when I met you, like I was trying to kind of date you when I first met you already.
Yeah.
I was honest.
That's true. I appreciate the honesty. I mean, we're good friends, though.
Yeah. Well, I met him. I think I met you on like Tinder, right?
That's how we connected on the dating side. But I mean, we
met on Twitter. And we became good friends.
Yeah.
Okay.
But it's not like we never went on like a date or anything. So it's
We
not like
did.
we ever like hung
Well,
out.
I wanted to go on a date, but you were not available all the time. That's the honest truth.
Was it a date?
No, I said I wanted to, but you weren't available.
Was it a date though?
When I wanted to go.
Okay. All right.
Did someone invite it?
I told him I want to take him on a date.
Did you plan the date?
Well, I was trying to find out when he could go on the date first.
Okay. We'll say that. You're right. You're
No,
right.
Oh Lord,
I never gave you a direct. I never gave you
true. When I first met him, I was trying to find out when we could go on one, and he was just busy. So I was just like, okay, that's fine.
That.
Like whenever you free, let me know. But then I think we went on to Twitter and we became good friends.
Yeah.
Kevin, were you that busy?
I was working a lot back then. I was working multiple jobs and overnight. So yeah, I was.
Okay. So he wasn't dateable at that time.
And it was okay with me.
That's right. I was not dateable at that time.
I mean, if I wasn't, I would not be friends with him. Now
that's true. It was we've always had good.
It was nothing bad. It was just like, okay, whatever. Like at any time, just let me know, whatever. But we just became friends. So
that is very true. It just never sparked back up to go back down that route. So what's going on? How are you guys? What y'all been doing? Why you look like you've been?
We're talking about the show. I want to talk to I wasn't expecting all this, but honestly, so I wanted to talk to you about your interaction on this show. We saw you. I told him, I said, when I met you, you told me you were bisexual. And I thought that date was interesting. How did that feel for you for that date?
I had a good time. I appreciate Lamont, taking the risk and actually setting me up on a date with the girl. We had the conversation, and Lamont kept wanting to more so set me up with guys. Like, no, I'm like, well, we can try it. We can try it and see what happens. I'm happy I had the experience on television. It was a little bit of a setback. I did not expect it to actually happen. I wish they would have played more of the actual show so you guys could kind of see how everything actually unraveled, because we were on that date probably about 2 hours, but you guys had about 15 seconds.
So I want to ask you this, because I went into your Instagram today. It looks like you have a pole at your house.
So that's not my house per se. That is one of my really close friends, though.
Okay.
So yeah. It was definitely a lot of fun. I wish they would have, like I said, shown more of the show, because we did a lot more of the actual, pole tricks and stuff like that.
Okay.
We had a really good conversation. Our conversation was probably about 30 to 40 minutes. And we really touched on some really good topics within, dating, just people who are sexually fluid, not necessarily dating someone who's bisexual, pansexual, or just, whatever you really want to call yourself, but just being, open to dating absolutely, anyone who you have a good vibe with and a good chemistry with. Yeah, she said I girled her a few times. But again, you had to have seen the whole show, because
they showed you girl her.
But see, they made it seem like I girled her like girl, when I was really girling her like girl.
No, they only showed one time. They only showed one time that you said it, though.
So basically, when we were dating, and I told Lamont this, it was this moment when I was like, well, what kind of guys are you normally into? And she was like, well, I normally only date straight men. And I'm like, okay, like, what's the point of that?
Why are we here?
Like, girl, why are we here then? Like, what was the point of this? So it was like a few times where she like kind of made, statements about, me. And then, with me being gay, bisexual, pansexual, whatever, it's like when it comes to Black women and they ask us this certain question about our mannerisms and stuff like that. So it was a few times where it was just like, it was cool though. But I had a great experience. Ashley's really dope though. We're still actually cool. I still talk to her.
Yeah, and that's the one thing I like this show was able to show, is that because Atlanta people are very fluid, like you said, and there are two people who can be bisexual who might be able to work out a relationship.
They're saying that you friend zone me. Because I told Lamont, I said, Kevin didn't invite me to go pole dancing.
Which pole were you trying to dance on?
Well, I mean,
see, now we're getting.
We could have went to the one that you went to on the date.
Oh, okay, I got you.
But that's I didn't know that you even did that, because I mean I was like, I'm watching, like, oh, I mean I know him.
Do you all need a room? Do you need a room? You need a private room?
It sounds like you might need to set us up on a
okay, so let me be all the way honest. When I first met Kevin, I wasn't trying to have sex with you. I was like, I thought he was cute, and I was trying to talk to him. I think it did get sexual towards the end. Like, we did exchange some pictures or whatever, but it was at the beginning, it wasn't like a sexual thing. It was like, I thought it was cute.
Okay.
But you know that though.
I did.
No, I don't know why you just asked that question. I'm like, I don't even feel like I was just trying to have sex with you. Like, in the beginning, I really thought you were cute. I wanted to talk to you.
I mean, yeah, it definitely started out as you were interested in hanging out, but then when you saw that we weren't necessarily hanging out, you was like, well, shit, can we leave phone? I'm like, oh.
No, first of all, that's not even true. That's not
how it. That's not in those words, but you know, that's how we went from.
Listen, how it went was this: I met Kevin on Tinder. I realized we were friends on Twitter. We had been talking. We had good conversation, whatever. I think that when we started talking on the phone, it kind of got sexual, probably. Right?
Yeah, I guess the more so.
But prior to that, it was just like I was interested in talking to you. That was it.
Listen, there are always three sides to a story: yours, mine, and the truth.
That's why I'm asking you.
Things that are necessarily open to interpretations. Because my interpretation was most of my invites was to your house.
I wanted to hang out with you. It wasn't for sex. I was hanging with you.
Listen, I just don't put myself in certain situations just so that people don't.
You can look at your messages. It definitely tells you I was trying
to. You don't have time to do all this
talking outside of my house.
Listen, things happen. Lamont,
what did you say, Lamont?
Lamont is a great coach. I'm sure you can find you somebody.
No, I'm already somewhere else for somebody else that he knows.
They're gonna kill you for this conversation we having there.
No, it wasn't that. I was just like, it was. I think that was very interesting, because I told him, like, I didn't really date before outside of my marriage, and you were like one of the first people that I actually met that I was interested in. So I wasn't like trying to like really drag you or nothing like that. I was just not saying, like, when I met you, I was interested. I think I probably turned to sexual. Like, I'll be honest, I probably did. Well, I did.
Lamont feeling like a third wheel.
Huh?
They said you got Lamont sitting up here feeling like a third wheel.
I think y'all need a room.
I did. I did turn it that way, but I think it was because I get afraid to keep things going, because I feel like that may be like the extra part to keep you talking to me sometimes at that time. So that's the only reason why. But I mean, we've been really good friends since then. I met you, so.
I mean, to be honest with you, I don't think that it's necessarily me. I think that when it comes to dating, absolutely, that it's hard to keep people's attention. With all
I will say that
apps that they have available to them, all the social media, the bodies. Everybody want to have the best body, the best this. There's so many different, distractions. So it's really hard to kind of, zone in on one person these days. To be honest.
But like I said, I will admit that it was me. Like when I met you, like it was my fault. Like I didn't know what to do. So I was trying everything at the time. I didn't know.
Listen, you made a great friend out of the situation, and
absolutely. Here we are. And we talk all the time on social media. Like, I love Kevin, so that's why I was like, come on to me today.
Listen, hire Lamont. You might end up on Bravo on a date doing pole dancing. It won't be with me. But may not necessarily be with me, but it's definitely Lamont. How has this experience changed like your business?
Well, I would say it's so funny. A lot of people have reached out to me. It's something I was telling Shay. I was talking to her today. I'm like, a lot of people have been asking me to promote events and things for them now. They're like, hey, we recognize you. Now we want you to come to our event or host something. So I think that's really great. A lot of people have been reaching out to me and have been saying, like, why don't we see you doing any matches? So, and I'm like,
I was wondering why, because we had that same dialogue that Shay and Ashley had, and it hasn't aired. And I'm like, where's our own hunt packing? Because we had a full conversation as well.
Yes, and I'm like, I'm not the editor. If people want to see more of me matching, they need to, hit social media up. Like send Bravo messages, say, hey, gay men, we have real lives. We want to be in relationships, and we want that showcased.
Especially in the city of Atlanta.
Yeah,
absolutely. I think when I saw it, I thought that you was going to have a bigger part in it because there's so different, many dynamics of dating. So I tuned in because you were there.
Yeah. A lot of people did.
Party. I was like, Lamont's over here. I'm coming.
And still
Listen, the show, they only on their 3rd episode. They still have plenty of time to be able to air things that they have not aired that was recorded. So, we just got to put a little bit more pressure on Bravo's back to let them know, they put
but
Lamont
also
as the gay matchmaker up there, especially in the city of Atlanta with the, community size that we have here. He definitely should have a little bit more, especially with it being Bravo.
But also the thing is this though, Kevin, is that people who were tuning in because of Lamont, we thought he was going to be a bigger part. So we need to see more of Lamont, period. And I think that honestly, because I was like, I went to the premiere party because I was like, oh, Lamont is part of the show. I'm promoting, y'all watch the show. And then we get to see a little bit of Lamont. And I was like, because I'm like, well, when is Lamont going to come on? And I'm waiting on him. But Bravo needs to do a little bit better job because you're in Atlanta. Y'all already know how this works. Put him on more often. I'm going to say that. Because
I'll say tune in on Sundays because I feel like it is a slow build up. So you will see more of me. You gotta watch on Sundays.
Okay. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. There's definitely more footage that was definitely filmed. They might be, leading up to more of, the LGBT side of it.
Well, we still need to see more of Lamont.
Lamont better take some of them hosting gigs. And, you got the prize.
I love watching the show. It's an amazing show, but I want to see more of Lamont.
I definitely agree with you, but
I appreciate the support from both of you. I love it.
And listen, I'm always there to support you in any way, shape, or form. You definitely, did things for me that a lot of people, kind of told me I could do. I was like, no, but I appreciate, you giving me the opportunity to, kind of ride with you onto this platform that, you have created for yourself. So I definitely owe you.
Look, you deserve it. And one of the things I was telling Aaron is that, I'm all about building up gay men, pushing us to be our best selves. Because if you want to find love, you got to make sure you are achieving your goals, your dreams, and you're happy with yourself. If you're still struggling, you are not happy with yourself, you're not ready to date, right? You'd be ready to, hook up, but to find your forever guy or your long-term partner, you got to work on yourself and achieve your goals.
Right.
Listen, you have to also be able to be realistic with yourself.
Let me ask you this, Lamont. What is your success rate with your matchmaking?
Yeah, so I define success is if I send you on a date with a guy, you are still hanging out. Not that you went on 1 or 2 dates. I mean, after 6 months, 12 months, you are still hanging out. It's about 85, 90% right now.
Okay. That's good.
Yes.
Well, that's not bad. That's actually really good.
And there are no guarantees because there are 2 human beings involved. And I'm not an escort service. So you both have to want to be together.
Well, Kevin, are you dating now?
I am dating at the moment. Yes, I am. But one thing that I had to do to get to the point of dating, and I talked to Lamont about this, was I had to go through therapy. I had to go through therapy because
absolutely.
I had to undo some of the damage of what I was taught as my love language. Because what's your love language? My love language is quality time.
That's mine.
And normally words of admiration, but I also like affection too. So I like to be touched.
But your number one is
my number one is quality time. I have to be able to spend. I can't be in a long distance relationship with you. I'm going to eventually. Yeah, they'd be like, the gays move in quick, babe. We've been together about 3-4 months. When your lease up?
What's your love language, Lamont?
Listen, I'm also, almost 40 years old. So I look at life differently.
Are you?
39.
You're older than me.
Surprise.
I didn't even know that.
Listen, they say.
What's your love language, Lamont? Oh, Lamont.
Quality time and
Lamont.
acts of service.
Now, so what's your your love language is quality time and acts of service. What's your sign?
I never understood the acts of service thing, though.
Acts of service means like you put gas in my car.
Okay.
Listen.
Like you might do something nice for me. Like
it's not like you one of them people that's like, my man just bought me some Louis Vuitton shoes, baby. Like,
no, that's gift giving. That's gift giving. No. I need you to like demonstrate. Like you cook something or you make the bed up, you iron my clothes, like acts of service.
So a thoughtful person, a person that thinks like, what can I do today? Okay, I know Lamont has this tomorrow. What can I do today to make it just a little bit lighter, like it a little bit less stressful? That listen,
but they don't wake up every day. They don't wake up every day thinking about what they can do for Lamont. They just their love language is acts of services. So they do things that they know that he likes, or like clean up the house.
Well, I hope Lamont husband waking up thinking about what he can do for Lamont.
My struggle was words of affirmation.
Yours are words of admiration.
Words of affirmation. That was my struggle. So I'm like, I don't know about this. If we're getting into a fight, I'm not about to give you words of affirmation. Like, this is not my thing. I'm not doing it. Like, I'm mad at you.
No, it's more so when you talk about.
But I did learn. But hold on, because I did learn from Lamont that words of affirmation is not just that. It wasn't that all the time. So when I learned that, I had to go apologize to my ex because I was like, "Yo, I thought I had to like tell you some shit I didn't have to tell you that I didn't believe." But so it's basically, and I'm correct me if I'm wrong, Lamont. It is basically like you just giving the person like props about things they do, just kind of loving on them from a word aspect, and not like building their head up like they did something they didn't do.
It's more so how you want your partner to demonstrate their love. So if your love language is words of affirmation.
Mine is no. Mine is quality time.
So your love language is quality time.
Yes.
So you would want your partner to spend time with you.
You ain't got to say a damn word to me at all. Just spend the time with me.
Right. Listen, I'm with you with that one.
And if say if your love language was words of affirmation, you would want your partner to say kind things to you, to support you. Right. It's about how you know that you feel loved. It's not what you're doing.
But when we
your
talked about it,
partner's love language might be different.
But Lamont, when we talked about it, I automatically went to the point where I'm mad. I'm like, I'm never going to give you words of affirmation. If I'm mad at you, like, I don't give a damn about those words.
Oh yeah, no.
Okay, so in that, hold on. Let me say that though. You have to figure out, even when you are in a relationship, how to get past your anger. How to get past your anger in that moment, because there's always a bigger picture.
No,
you
Lamont,
have to remember that.
Let
me finish though. In that moment, when you have to remember that you can't undo how you made somebody feel in a moment when they really needed you.
Right.
You can never undo how you made somebody feel in that moment because you were so mad and so angry about something that you're going to eventually get over anyway. So you have to.
Well, there was some, but the thing was this: there was something that I would never get over. But when Lamont was on my radio show, when he told me that, I went back and apologized to my ex. I was like, I was wrong for that because I should have handled it a little bit differently. That's why me and him are really good friends now because of actually Lamont. Because the stuff that you had told me, I was like, I was wrong for a lot of shit. And I need to apologize because one, I don't want that karma on me. But two, I want to meet someone who meets me where I'm at and vice versa. Like, I don't want to have those issues where we can't communicate because our love language may be different. Then two, I want to learn your love language, how to speak it to you, but vice versa. And that's when you were on my show, like you taught me a lot about those things. Those are the two things I really remember.
Listen, I'm over here blushing because I'm super happy. Like, that's amazing.
Now I ain't found no man yet, but when I do find one, I know how to handle them.
Listen, it's coming around for everybody.
But I didn't pay for the services, y'all. So.
He did.
Yeah, you gotta swipe that card now. You gotta swipe that card. You definitely gotta pay. But that's definitely good. Listen, one thing that I will say about Lamont: if you will listen, he will teach you something. Yeah. If you will listen, he will teach you something. He definitely has a gift for our community if we will allow him into our love lives to kind of, because a lot of us are, and as much as we don't want to say it, we're damaged. Yeah. And until we address, you know, the things that we run from and why we do certain things, we will never be able to truly love, because we don't truly love ourselves fully, because some of us don't truly know ourselves fully. So absolutely, if you listen to Lamont, trust me, he definitely can teach you something. I am sitting on the other side of meeting and having an interaction with Lamont over a year ago, and my love life now is totally different. The way that I look at love is differently. The way that I allow people to love me is different.
And to be real, Lamont gave out free love advice on my radio show multiple times. So,
and I will say those are the types of clients that do really well with me. Clients who are like, "Hey, I'm ready to listen. I'm open to being coached. I'm open to trusting me," and they do well. Clients who are like, "No, I know everything. I got this." We don't do well together.
So let's ask you about the show a little bit more. So will we get to see more of you during the show?
I hope so. You got to tune in on Sundays to find out.
Okay. And then
I can say that there was more recorded. I was in one, but I don't know how much they're gonna put out there. But I know there was more recorded.
They was like, y'all went pole dancing, you lifted up her legs, and it was over.
Yeah, listen, that was kind of, and yeah, I did. I girled her a few times, but it wasn't like a girl we was friends. It was more like a girl, don't play with me.
She was like, he called me girl too many times. I was like, well, one, that does sound like
we on a
Kevin.
date. And
that sounds like Kevin, but
I said you're setting up with a bisexual man. I asked you what kind of guys you normally into. I like my man straight, like.
So you feel like she was giving you signals that she wasn't interested. So you just like,
are you always this animated? Like, yes, I'm being me. Like, I'm not being.
And you are like,
yeah. So it's kind of like
always are.
It's kind of like those different things. It's kind of like, okay, like, so it's kind of like, are you getting to know me? Like, asking me questions about me. You ask the kind of women I was into, what makes me like boys and girls. Have I ever been in threesome? She's like, are you ever just animated? Like,
I did want to know. I wanted her to ask more questions like that, honestly.
And granted, like I said, the conversation was 45 minutes, but the majority of our conversation was carried by.
Did she ever ask you that?
No.
No. I thought she would have asked you like more questions about. How the bike. I think that a lot of people would, when they were watching it, would have wanted to hear more about, a bisexual man dating a woman, because
we had that conversation. We did have that conversation because I asked her. She had said she had recently moved to Atlanta, and I asked her flat out. I said, there's a lot of stigma on Black men in Atlanta that they're all down low or DL and all that stuff. I said, so are you opening yourself up sexually in Atlanta so that you don't have a man who's trying to dupe you, instead of he can be upfront with you? And she was like, they should air it.
You said missionary.
What you do is they should air it. But yeah, we had a whole conversation.
Wait, she said missionary?
Huh?
She said what?
Well, I said they should air it, but she basically said no, that wasn't the reason. She
said missionary. I was like, what? She was about to say.
No, I said they should air it. But no, she said that wasn't her reasoning why, but she did feel like people should not be putting a sex.
Well, I think that because she was a sex blogger, I could see her being open to bisexuality.
I mean, she said she wanted a man she could peg, like she wanted a man.
Yeah, I think she's very fluid. I think she's fluid. But so here's the one thing I will, and this was my assessment of both Kevin and Ashley. I think they both are like behaviorally fluid and open, but I think romantically, Kevin wants to be with a man. I think romantically, Ashley wants to be with the man.
Is that true, Kevin?
I want to be with the person who I vibe and mix well with. Have I more predominantly dated men? Yes, and that's because a lot of times there's not a woman they'll fuck me. I'm 6'5". They will fuck me. But they don't want to take me home to their mama. And I'm sitting there like, girl, can you get me something to eat? And they're like, why your man?
I
think your man might be gay.
And she's like, I know.
She'd be like, that's my sexual.
Right. So it's kind of like one of those things where it's like, I'm not going to put myself into a situation where I can't be me and can't be comfortable. So the majority of the time, my comfortability level comes with a man.
So let me ask you this, Kevin, because that seems like maybe that might be an issue though, because if you found a woman who was okay with that, like, would you like fully date her and everything, or like, do you want that type of woman if it's a possibility?
Yeah, if we vibe right and I'm single, she's single, we mixing right, we got the good vibe, we get along great, the sex is good, why not?
Okay.
That's the same thing I look for in a man.
Okay.
What's the difference? Somebody who's gonna pay half the bills. Oh, she ain't getting past that just because she's a woman.
I think romantically, though, the energy that is going to work well with you is a man.
Or a masculine woman.
Would you do a trans man?
A penis, a man, Kevin.
Would you want a trans man?
Would I want a trans man? I want to have sex with one.
But would you date?
Again, I think this is to my point. I think behaviorally, Kevin might like, oh, he'll dibble and dabble, but like his partner forever is going to be a man. Same thing with Ashley.
I will definitely agree with Lamont. Is definitely my life partner is it's a man.
Yeah. Okay. And y'all can do what y'all want with women at some point, but like,
Kevin, how did you feel about her saying that about you? Is a partner sexual parts jumping and requirement, or is that something that?
What are you reading?
As far as her saying that I didn't make her lady parts jump, I was fine with that. You know, you know.
Did your male parts jump?
They kind of shriveled up inside a little bit more. But no, they didn't. You know, me, like I said, we vibe great on a friend. I was with Ashley. We vibe great on a friendship level. Like I could kick with her all day. Like we could talk sex. I would.
Are y'all friends now?
Yeah.
Okay.
We still talk. We still speak. Yeah. So I'm sorry, y'all. Look at them down there. I'm just playing. I love me some Ashley. But yeah, the show was a great experience, though. I am, you know, regardless of how it turns out, I am with you. I would love for them to pay more, Lamont, because that means I may have the opportunity to be on TV a little bit more. But
I want to see Lamont.
Nonetheless, I appreciate them giving him this platform because he deserves it.
But I want to see Lamont hook people up too, though.
I definitely want to see.
I want to see that.
Let's make it happen. I'm here.
It's Atlanta, so I mean, it's not normal.
It looked like you needed. It looked like you needed to be in a little bit more cat fight, a little bit more catty. Like my business.
But he was already in the cat fight when they kicked him out.
My business is better than yours.
You will see. You will see. You got to tune in on Sundays. You will see.
Listen, bring me on. Hook me up with somebody.
Sunday. Watch this Sunday.
Bring Kevin back and let's see what we do on the show.
They're gonna bring it. Listen, we're going to have a great time. But the show was a great opportunity.
If y'all do season 2, bring Kevin back and then bring me. I can go on a date with Kevin.
When we come back season 2, you're going to be showing them that it works, and we're going to be filming me getting engaged or married.
And that would be dope.
That's what we're going to be showing them. But no, Lamont is dope. Look, I want to see Lamont in a spinoff featuring career executive matchups. Ooh.
Listen, if y'all don't know, Lamont is actually absolutely amazing.
Y'all blowing my head up. You know they got a big head and a little body.
Hold on, wait, because I do want to say this. Every time you have done stuff with me, Lamont, like you have been awesome. And I was like, you're doing this show, like I have to bring you over here because one, I just love what you do. And you've also helped me with a lot of crazy shit I've been going through my dating life. But I think that your business is absolutely necessary. And I'm just proud of you, like where you're at now. Like we are in 2 different places right now.
Yes.
And things, I mean, I'm not on Bravo, but you know, we're doing big things now.
Yeah.
You know?
Who wedding dresses is they talking about? Who got wedding dresses? Is y'all using homegirls' wedding dresses? Wait, who's been? Oh, because she's been married multiple times.
Oh, y'all using wedding dresses.
See, they be watching the show, Lamont. They be watching the show.
I see.
Y'all using no girl wedding dresses, baby.
I'm telling you, baby. The thing is that like we do review the shows because a lot of shows don't get the views until we start reviewing them. So we do that all the time. So. Because the guy that I was doing that I do my reviews with, he was like, I never seen the show, so he didn't come over today. But review a lot of the new shows.
Yeah, I think this is going to be a hit show. I think it'll have multiple seasons. So
I think so too.
And Atlanta is a city of civil rights and love. People move here to, find love and be successful. So I think this is a great platform to showcase that.
Yeah, I think it definitely. I'm happy that we are finally showcasing something in Atlanta other than I love my housewives, but we need
Lamont to be a staple in that matchmaker biz on that show.
We do,
because he has a different perspective of the matchmakers on that show.
Because look how we represent Atlanta, so we definitely should have more representation on that show.
The views will skyrocket.
There are a few people. I ain't gonna be messy, but there are a few people I can guarantee you should have a little bit less camera time for Lamont to have more.
Say it again, Kevin. Say it again.
You up. I just be like, who? Like, child, move.
We need more of Lamont.
Listen, I don't know what be.
I appreciate you having me on the show. This has been an amazing conversation.
Lamont, you've been on all my shows, so
I know.
Why would I not do this with you today? Yeah. I was like, oh, Lamont is on Bravo. I just did all the candy stuff. Why would I not even have Lamont over here? Like, I have to have you. So.
Look, I love it. Thank you.
I appreciate your time. Y'all make sure y'all start emailing Bravo. Tell them y'all need more of Lamont. And start tweeting, Instagram. If y'all on Facebook, if they have one of those, hashtag we need more of Lamont.
Hashtag love match Atlanta. Yes.
What's your Instagram handle, Lamont?
Gay dating coach. Oh, my Instagram is the gay dating coach.
Okay.
Y'all got that?
So make sure you hashtag all that or
my Instagram is I am Kevin Terrell.
All your stuff is in the description.
And I know all y'all know SoDebNair. Thank you so much for inviting me. Say hey, Pegasus.
Hey, Pegasus.
I told y'all I was dating. Me, my man. We've been there.
All right, so we're getting out of here. If you are new here, make sure you subscribe to the channel. Turn on the notification so you get notified every time I go live. Like the video, share the video, and comment in the comments to keep me in the algorithm. And we will see you guys the next time.